How to stop ruminating and break the trauma bond in 30 days. If you are still replaying the last conversation, if you are still wondering how they moved on so fast, if you are still at 2 in the morning asking yourself whether any of it was real, whether you were too much, whether you were not enough, whether you drove them away, I need you to hear this. You are not crazy. You are detoxing from somebody else's delusion. And right now, your brain is trying to solve a crime scene with half the evidence, a broken compass, and a map they drew while lying to you. I know because it happened to me. My name is the Narc Op, and I am here to tell you that rumination after narcissistic abuse is not a character flaw. It is not weakness. It is not proof that you are broken or damaged beyond repair. Rumination is your nervous system doing what it was designed to do, trying to find the missing piece of the puzzle. Your brain is searching for the moment where you should have known. It is replaying the voice, the promises, the way they looked at you, trying to figure out where the love turned into a lie. Or maybe, and this might hurt to hear, trying to figure out if there was ever love at all. That is what we are here to fix, not by shaming you for the rumination, not by telling you to just get over it, not by pretending that healing is instant or linear or available on demand. We are here to help you see the spell, understand how it works, and then slowly, carefully, step by step, break the spell and come back to yourself. And we are going to do that in 30 days. Not because 30 days is magic. 30 days is not going to erase years of trauma bonding. But 30 days is a reset window. 30 days is the beginning of your brain learning a new habit. 30 days is the start of taking your mind back. Let me tell you what happens to your nervous system when you have been inside a narcissistic relationship. Your brain has been rewired, not broken, rewired. Like they came in and rerouted all the electrical in your house while you were sleeping. And now, every light is connected to the wrong switch. Every door opens to somewhere unexpected. Your alarm system is going off at the wrong times. And you are walking around your own mind like you are a stranger in somebody else's house. That is rumination. Rumination is not just thinking about them. Rumination is your mind caught in a loop, spinning the same record over and over, hoping that this time the song will make sense. Your brain is trying to complete a story that was never meant to have a resolution. The narcissist thrives on confusion. They fed you crumbs and made you fight other people for the same crumbs. They told you they loved you while checking their phone for messages from their backup. They said they needed you, then disappeared for 3 days without explanation. They told you that you were too sensitive when you cried about disrespect. Then they cried to you about how hard their life was, and your nervous system is still trying to fit all of that into a shape that makes sense. But here is the part nobody tells you. It is not supposed to make sense. That is the whole design. The confusion is not a side effect. The confusion is the point. The narcissist does not want you to understand. If you understood, you would leave and never come back. So they keep the water murky. They keep the story changing. And your brain, being the beautiful, loyal, meaning-making machine that it is, keeps trying to solve the puzzle. Keeps trying to get clarity from the same person who made clarity impossible. And that is when you check their Instagram. That is when you reread the texts. That is when you ask them for explanations you already know you will not get. That is when you run into their new supply and wonder if they are treating that person better. That is when you wake up at 3 in the morning replaying a conversation from 2 years ago, trying to figure out if you misheard them or if they lied to you. I know this because it happened to me. And I am going to walk you through how it happened, why your brain is still stuck in the loop, and exactly how we are going to break the cycle in the next 30 days. The first thing you need to understand is what a trauma bond actually is. And I want you to hear me. It is not love. I know that is hard to hear. I know you have been telling yourself that you loved them. You probably did love the person you thought they were. But a trauma bond is not love. A trauma bond is emotional conditioning. It is what happens when someone you trust treats you like you matter, then treats you like you are invisible, then treats you like you matter again, over and over and over, until your nervous system starts believing that the pain is proof of love, that the instability is proof of intensity, that the fact that you are constantly confused is proof that you are in a real, deep, significant relationship. But that is a lie. A trauma bond is what happens when hope and danger get married. When you are with someone and they hurt you, and you are afraid they will hurt you again, but then they are kind to you, and your body floods with relief and gratitude and chemicals. Your nervous system says, "Oh my God, they are back. They are safe again. They love me." But they were never safe. It is just that the pain stopped for a moment, and the absence of pain, when you have been in pain, feels like love. This is why trauma bonds feel like addiction, because they are addiction. Your brain is addicted to the cycle. Your nervous system is addicted to the relief that comes after the hurt. Every time they come back, your body floods with oxytocin and dopamine. Every time they disappear, you are in withdrawal. That is not love. That is chemical dependency. And the narcissist knows this. They know exactly how to trigger your nervous system. They know how to hurt you in ways that make you desperate for them to be kind. They know how to create just enough confusion that you spend all day, every day, trying to figure them out. While you are busy investigating them, you are not investigating yourself. While you are trying to get them to understand your feelings, you are not understanding your own nervous system. While you are checking their page to see if they are happier now, you are not getting happy yourself. And here is where I have to tell you the hard truth. That is exactly what they want. The narcissist benefits from your rumination. Every time you replay the conversation, you are reinforcing their power over you. Every time you check their page, you are feeding them energy. Every time you wonder if they think about you, if they miss you, if they regret it, you are doing their work for them. You are keeping yourself trapped inside the narrative that they created. You are staying inside the cage because you are still looking for the key that they are not going to give you. This is why gaslighting is so dangerous. Gaslighting is not just lying. Gaslighting is a specific kind of abuse where someone denies your reality, invalidates your feelings, makes you question your own memory, and then blames you for being confused. The narcissist tells you they did not say something that you know they said, or they tell you that you misunderstood, or they tell you that you are too sensitive, or they tell you that you are crazy for thinking that way. And you start believing them. You start doubting your own mind. You start checking your own memory like it is a broken phone. And then your brain gets stuck in a loop where you are trying to get them to validate your reality. You are trying to prove to them that they did say the thing. You are trying to get them to understand your side. But the whole point of gaslighting is that they will never validate you. They will never agree. They will never say, "You are right. I did hurt you, and I understand why you are upset." Because if they did that, the gaslighting would stop working. So your brain keeps searching, keeps trying to find the magic combination of words that will make them understand, keeps replaying conversations, trying to figure out where you went wrong in explaining yourself, keeps thinking, if I just said it differently, if I just made them understand, if I just showed them how much they hurt me. But they understand. They know exactly how much they hurt you. That is why they did it. The narcissist did not accidentally create confusion. They created your delusion on purpose. And then they made you live inside it. Here is what I mean. The narcissist comes in and presents a version of themselves that is irresistible. They are attentive and affectionate, and they make you feel like you are the most important person in the world. This is called love bombing, and it is a carefully constructed illusion. But you do not know it is an illusion yet. You think this is love, so you open up. You let them in. You trust them. You believe in the future they are painting for you. And then, slowly or suddenly, they start to withdraw. They become cold. They become distant. They are on their phone more. They are less interested in you. They are less affectionate. And you panic, because you have just been inside warmth and connection, and suddenly it is gone. So you do what humans do. You try to get back to that warmth. You apologize for things you did not do. You try harder. You become more available. You shrink yourself to fit into the spaces they left open. And then, just when you are about to give up, they come back. They are sweet again. They tell you they have been thinking about you. They hold you. They tell you they love you. And your body floods with relief. You feel like you have just survived something. You survived the coldness. You survived the abandonment. And now you are back in the light. But that is the cycle. That is the trap. And the narcissist is going to run this cycle over and over until your nervous system is completely trained. Until you are chasing the crumbs. Until you are grateful for the bare minimum. Until you are inside a delusion where up is down and danger feels like love. And your brain, trying to make sense of it all, keeps ruminating. Keeps replaying the sweet moments. Keeps romanticizing the person who kept hurting you, because your brain is trying to justify staying. Your brain is trying to find a reason why this made sense. Your brain is trying to create a narrative where your suffering has meaning, but it does not. Now, I want to talk about something that a lot of people get trapped by, and that is the idea of closure. The idea that if you can just have one more conversation, if you can just get them to understand how much they hurt you, if you can just get them to admit what they did, then you will finally be able to move on. Then you will finally be at peace. But here is what I need you to understand. Closure from the narcissist is usually just another trap, because the narcissist does not want you to have closure. Closure means you are done. Closure means you are moving on. Closure means they are no longer your priority. And the narcissist does not want that. So if you ask them for closure, one of three things is going to happen. First, they are going to deny everything. They are going to gaslight you again. They are going to tell you that you are remembering wrong, that you are being dramatic, that they never did those things. And you are going to walk away from that conversation feeling even more confused than you did before. Second, they are going to love bomb you. They are going to apologize, but not really. They are going to say all the right words, but in a way that is not quite genuine. Just enough to pull you back in. Just enough to make you think, maybe I misunderstood. Maybe they are changing. Maybe there is hope. And then the cycle starts again. Or third, they are going to tell you that you are crazy for bringing up old stuff, that you need to move on, that you are the problem for not being able to let things go. And you are going to internalize that. You are going to feel like you are the one who is stuck. You are going to feel like healing is your responsibility while they get to just move on. But closure is not something they give to you. Closure is something you build yourself. Closure is what happens when you finally accept that you are never going to understand why they did it, that there is no explanation that is going to make it make sense, that the why does not matter as much as the what. They hurt you, and they kept hurting you, and now you have to heal. The rumination, the checking their page, the replaying conversations, the wondering if the new person is getting treated better, all of that keeps you looking backward. All of that keeps you stuck inside the relationship that you are supposedly not in anymore. All of that keeps the wound open. And I know why you are doing it. You are doing it because part of you still loves them. Part of you still hopes that they will realize what they lost. Part of you is still waiting for them to choose you. Part of you is still inside the fantasy that they sold you. But let me ask you something, and I need you to be honest with yourself here. When you check their Instagram and you see them with the new person, when you see them smiling, when you see them looking happy, what do you feel? Do you feel relief that they are happy? Or do you feel something else? Do you feel jealousy? Do you feel angry? Do you feel replaced? Do you feel like the fact that they are happy without you means that you were never as important as they made you feel? And here is the thing that nobody wants to say out loud. You are not worried that they are happy. You are worried that they are happy without you. You are worried that the same person who made you feel like you were nothing is making someone else feel like they are everything. And that thought is eating you alive. So you keep checking. You keep looking. You keep analyzing the new supply. You keep comparing yourself to them. You keep wondering what they have that you do not have. You keep thinking, maybe they are not crazy. Maybe they did not run out of love with the new person like they did with me. Maybe I really was the problem. But the truth is this: the new supply is not your replacement. The new supply is the next person inside the same storm. They are living the same nightmare that you lived. They are being love-bombed right now. They are inside the fantasy. In 6 months, or a year, or 5 years, they are going to be where you are. They are going to be checking their phone, hoping for a message. They are going to be replaying conversations. They are going to be asking themselves if it was their fault. They are going to be sitting in the dark, ruminating, trying to figure out what went wrong. The narcissist does not change. They just get better at hiding the narcissism. They just find people who will tolerate it for longer. They just get more practiced at the cycle. And the fact that they are happy right now, the fact that they are smiling in Instagram photos, the fact that they seem like they have moved on, that does not mean anything about you. It just means they are getting supply from someone else. It just means they have moved the circus to a different town. It does not mean you were not lovable. It does not mean you were not worthy. It does not mean you did anything wrong. You are ruminating because you are comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. You are comparing your honest, broken, exhausted reality to the performance they are putting on for the world. And I know this is hard to hear, but you need to stop investigating the narcissist and start studying your own nervous system. You need to stop asking yourself what you could have done differently and start asking yourself why you are still looking for their approval. You need to stop checking their page and start rebuilding your life. Because here is the truth. You do not need closure from them. You do not need them to understand how much they hurt you. You do not need them to validate your feelings. You do not need them to change. You do not need them at all. What you need is to take your mind back. Now, I want to talk about something that a lot of people try to do while they are still in rumination, and that is dating. And I am going to say this with all the love in my heart. If you are still spiritually cross-examining your ex in the shower, if you are still writing unsent letters, if you are still having imaginary conversations with them at 2 in the morning, you do not need a new partner right now. You do not need a new boo. You do not need somebody new to prove that they are not like the last person. You do not need to be held right now. What you need is water, electrolytes, sleep, and a notebook. You need your nervous system back online. You need to understand your own triggers. You need to know what patterns you have been running. You need to forgive yourself for not knowing better. Because if you start dating while you are actively ruminating, you are going to take the narcissist into that relationship with you. You are going to be hypervigilant about whether this new person is like the old person. You are going to misinterpret their kindness as weakness. You are going to push them away to test if they will come back. You are going to compare them to the illusion that you have created in your head. And you are going to either drive them away or become so focused on them that you forget to rebuild yourself. The best thing you can do right now is to be alone, to be quiet, to listen to your own nervous system, to learn what healthy feels like, to remember who you are without someone else's reality getting in the way. And I know that is lonely. I know that feels scary. I know that part of you wants to believe that another person can fix this, but they cannot. Only you can. Now let me tell you something that changed my healing: movement, physical movement, exercise. Not because I needed to look good, not because I needed to fit into a certain size, but because I needed to reclaim my body. The narcissist had colonized my body. They had made me small. They had made me contract. They had made my nervous system respond to their moods. Every time they came in the room, my body would get tense. Every time they looked at their phone, my body would tense. Every time they withdrew, my body would go into survival mode. So, I started working out. And I am not talking about running on a treadmill while thinking about them. I am talking about real, intentional, angry, sad, powerful movement. I started lifting weights and feeling my own strength. I started sweating and feeling my own power. I started moving and feeling like my body belonged to me again. Here is what movement does. It interrupts the rumination loop. When you are lifting weights, when you are running, when you are dancing, when you are stretching, your nervous system is being activated in a different way. You are moving your body, not just your mind. You are building new neural pathways. You are reminding your nervous system that you are safe, that you are strong, that you have agency, that your body is yours. Walking does this too. Long walks where you are not on your phone, where you are not listening to music, where you are just moving and breathing and being present. Walking can slow down your nervous system. Walking can give you space to process without getting stuck in rumination. Cleaning does this. Picking up your room, throwing away things that remind you of them, organizing your space, all of that is reclaiming your territory. It is telling your nervous system that you have control over your environment. It is replacing the rumination about them with the satisfaction of building something that is yours. Cooking does this. Creating something, nourishing yourself, putting your hands and your mind and your creativity into something that does not involve them. The point is this: movement interrupts rumination. Action interrupts rumination. Rumination happens when you are still. Rumination happens when you are stuck. Rumination happens when your nervous system has no other job to do. But when you are moving, when you are building, when you are creating, when you are disciplining your body, you are also disciplining your mind. You are training your nervous system to do something other than replay the past. And here is something else that movement does. It helps you feel your anger. And you need to feel your anger, because that anger is power. That anger is medicine. Your anger is the thing that is going to get you out of here. The people who recover the fastest from narcissistic abuse are the people who get angry. Not angry at someone else. Angry at themselves for tolerating it. Angry at themselves for staying. Angry at themselves for thinking they could change the person. That anger is fuel, and you can use that fuel to rebuild your life. Now I want to talk about something that I think is really important, and that is how to stop romanticizing somebody who betrayed you. Because I know what you are doing. I know that at night you are remembering the good moments, the way they looked at you, the way they made you laugh, the way they felt next to you. You are remembering the promises they made, the future they painted for you, and you are romanticizing it. You are turning it into something beautiful. But I need you to remember something else too. I need you to remember that the same person who was kind to you was also betraying you. The same person who was affectionate to you was also dismissing you. The same person who looked you in the eye and told you they loved you was also lying about where they were, who they were with, what they were doing. And here is the part that I had to face. And it might sound crude, but it is the truth. One way that I finally stopped romanticizing my ex was by remembering that they had somebody else's DNA on their face. They had done dirty things with their mouth, had direct contact with another person's intimate parts, and then came and laid next to me like nothing happened. And when I remembered that, suddenly my brain stopped trying to turn them into a Disney character. My brain stopped trying to make their infidelity into something that I could understand. Because that was not love. That was not even respect. That was not even human decency. That was a health code violation with eyelashes. And I know that sounds harsh, but it is important. It is important to separate the person you loved from the person who hurt you. It is important to stop making excuses for their betrayal. It is important to stop trying to turn their lies into something that made sense. The person you loved was a fantasy. The person who hurt you was real. And those two people are not the same person. You can love the memory. You can remember the good moments without erasing them. But you have to separate that memory from the pattern. You have to understand that the good moments were not proof of love. They were proof that they could be nice when it served their purpose. They were proof that they knew how to pull you in. They were proof that they understood your needs well enough to meet them sometimes. But a person who loves you does not hurt you over and over. A person who loves you does not betray you. A person who loves you does not gaslight you. A person who loves you does not make you question your own mind. And the person who did those things was not acting out of love. They were acting out of self-interest, out of control, out of the need for supply. So stop romanticizing them. Stop turning their betrayal into a love story. Stop making their infidelity into something that happened because of you. They did those things because they wanted to. They did those things because they could. They did those things because they did not respect you. And that is not your fault. And it is not your problem to fix. Now, I am going to walk you through a 30-day plan. And I want you to understand what this is and what it is not. This is not going to heal you. This is not going to make you stop missing them. This is not going to erase the relationship. This is not going to be magic. But what this is going to do is help you break the rumination cycle. This is going to help you build new habits. This is going to help you take your mind back. Some of you are going to need therapy. Some of you are going to need a support group. Some of you are going to need professional help. Some of you are going to need spiritual guidance. That is okay. That is part of healing. This 30-day plan is not a substitute for those things. This is a supplement. This is a start. This is something you can do right now, while you are waiting for therapy, while you are waiting to find the support group, while you are building your healing team. And I want you to know that slowing down your rumination is still a victory. If you go from ruminating all day to ruminating half the day, that is progress. If you go from checking their page 5 times a day to checking once a day, that is progress. If you go from replaying conversations all night to only replaying them for an hour, that is progress. Healing is not linear. Healing is not instant. Healing is a practice. So here we go. 30 days. Let us take your mind back. Day 1 is about admitting the loop. You have to name it before you can break it. So today, I want you to write down the loop. What is the thing you are ruminating about? Is it the text they sent? Is it the way they looked at the new person? Is it a conversation you had? Is it the thing they did that you still do not understand? Write it down. And then write down how many times a day you think about it. How many times you replay it. How much space it is taking in your head. Your affirmation for today is, I see the loop. I am not the loop, and I can break the loop. The practical action today is this. Every time you catch yourself ruminating, you are going to say out loud, there is the loop. You are just going to notice it. You are not going to judge yourself. You are not going to get angry at yourself. You are just going to say, oh, there is the rumination. You are building awareness. And the rumination interruption tool for today is this. The moment you catch the loop, you are going to do 10 jumping jacks or 10 squats or 10 stretches. You are going to interrupt the thought pattern with a physical action. Day 2 is about stopping the investigation. Today, you are going to delete the notifications from their accounts. You are going to do whatever it takes to make it harder to check their page. You might mute them. You might unfollow them. You might block them. You might delete the apps. You are going to take away the easy access. Your affirmation for today is, I am a detective no more. I am building my own case for healing. The practical action today is going to hurt a little bit, but you are going to write down all the ways you have been investigating them, checking their page, asking mutual friends about them, driving by their house, checking their dating apps, trying to bump into them. Any way that you have been gathering intel, write it all down, and then you are going to commit to stopping one of these behaviors. The rumination interruption tool for today is this. When you get the urge to check their page or investigate them, you are going to text a friend and ask them what they are doing. You are going to redirect the obsessive energy toward connection with someone who is actually in your corner. Day 3 is about writing the truth list. Today, you are going to make a list of the things that the narcissist actually did, not the things you interpreted, not the things you assumed, the actual, concrete things that they did. They lied about where they were. They cheated. They said cruel things. They gaslit you. They blamed you for their behavior. They made you feel small. They withdrew their affection as punishment, whatever it was. Write it down. Write the actual facts. Your affirmation for today is, the truth was always there. I was just looking at it through their lens. The practical action today is reading that list every single morning. Reading the truth. Letting your brain absorb the facts instead of the fantasy. The rumination interruption tool for today is this. When you start romanticizing them, you are going to pull up the truth list and read 3 items. You are going to ground yourself back in reality. Day 4 is about cleaning your digital house. You are going to go through your phone. You are going to delete the photos of you together. You are going to delete the voice messages. You are going to delete the screenshots of the sweet texts. All of it. You are going to delete it or move it to a folder that you do not look at. Your affirmation for today is, I do not need to keep the evidence. I already know the truth. The practical action today is going through your social media. You are going to untag yourself from photos with them. You are going to delete the posts about them. You are going to remove them from your tagged photos. You are going to take back your digital story. The rumination interruption tool for today is when you are tempted to look at the old photos, you are going to instead take 5 new photos of yourself. Photos of your face right now. Photos of your space. Photos of something you created. You are going to start building a new digital story. Day 5 is about moving your body. Today, you are going to do something physical. Something that gets your heart rate up. Something that makes you sweat. Something that reminds you that your body is yours. Your affirmation for today is, my body is a temple. It is not a crime scene. The practical action is this. You are going to do 30 minutes of movement. Could be walking, could be dancing, could be lifting weights, could be yoga, could be whatever you feel like doing. But you are going to move for 30 minutes, and you are going to notice what it feels like to be inside your body. The rumination interruption tool for today is, anytime you catch yourself ruminating, you are going to drop and do 10 push-ups, or 10 lunges, or 10% of whatever movement feels good. You are going to physically interrupt the thought pattern. Day 6 is about stopping the romanticization. Today, you are going to actively stop making excuses for their behavior. When you catch yourself thinking something nice about them, you are going to replace it with the truth. Your affirmation for today is, love does not hurt like this. What happened was not love. It was conditioning. The practical action for today is this. You're going to think of one of the ways they hurt you, one specific thing, and you are going to sit with that for a minute. You are going to let yourself feel the hurt. You are going to let yourself feel angry. You are going to feel the real emotion, instead of covering it up with memories of how nice they were sometimes. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when you are romanticizing them, you are going to say out loud, "That was not love. That was confusion with the soundtrack." Day 7 is about rest without guilt. Today, you do not have to do anything. You do not have to be productive. You do not have to fix yourself. You do not have to heal faster. You just have to rest. Your affirmation for today is rest is not laziness. Rest is healing. The practical action for today is, you are going to do something that feels good and requires nothing. Sleep. Watch something you like. Take a bath. Drink tea. Read. Sit outside. Whatever does not require healing or growth. Just rest. The rumination interruption tool for today is, if you catch yourself ruminating, you are going to wrap yourself in a blanket and you are going to lie down. You are going to give your nervous system permission to stop. Day 8 is about naming the gaslighting. Today, you are going to write down specific moments when you were gaslit. Times when they denied something you knew they said. Times when they made you question your own mind. Times when you ended up apologizing for your own hurt. Your affirmation for today is, my memory is not broken. My mind was just living in confusion that was not mine. The practical action for today is this. You are going to read those moments out loud. You are going to hear yourself say them. You are going to let your nervous system know that you are acknowledging the gaslighting. You are bearing witness to what happened. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when you start doubting yourself, you are going to remind yourself that if you are questioning your own mind, you have been gaslit. You are going to take your own side. Day 9 is about identifying the trauma bond. Today, you are going to write down the cycle. The way they treated you well, then pulled away, then came back. The pattern, the ups and downs, the hope and the hurt. Your affirmation for today is, the bond was traumatic. That does not mean it was love. The practical action for today is, you are going to understand that what you are experiencing right now is withdrawal. You are detoxing from the cycle. This is real. This is difficult. But you are coming clean. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when you are missing them, you are going to remember the cycle. You are going to remember that they always came back. And you are going to remember that they always left. You are going to remember that the coming back was part of the cycle, not proof of love. Day 10 is about replacing the fantasy with facts. Today, you are going to make a list. On one side, write what they promised you. On the other side, write what they actually delivered. And you are going to let yourself see the gap. Your affirmation for today is, the person I loved never existed. What exists is relief that I am finally free. The practical action for today is, you are going to read that list every time you feel the urge to reach out to them. You are going to remind yourself that they were never going to deliver on those promises. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when you are romanticizing the future you thought you would have, you are going to say, that future was not real. That person was not real. The only thing real is what I build for myself now. Day 11 is about building your morning reset. Today, you are going to create a morning routine that sets you up for the day. Before you check your phone, before you check anything, you are going to do something that centers you. Your affirmation for today is, every morning is a new chance to reclaim my mind. The practical action for today is, you are going to spend the first 10 minutes of your day in silence. No phone, no distractions, just you. You could meditate, you could breathe, you could journal, you could pray, whatever centers you. And then you are going to read your truth list. The rumination interruption tool for today is, the moment you feel the urge to check their page or ruminate, you are going to reset. You are going to do your morning practice again. You are going to ground yourself. Day 12 is about building your night reset. Today, you are going to create an evening routine that helps you wind down. Your affirmation for today is, I am safe. My body is safe. My mind is safe. The practical action for today is, before bed, you are going to do something calming. Maybe it is journaling. Maybe it is reading. Maybe it is stretching. Maybe it is a hot shower. Something that tells your nervous system that the day is over and it is time to rest. The rumination interruption tool for today is, if you are lying in bed ruminating, you are going to get up and you are going to move. You are going to walk around your house. You are going to splash water on your face. You are going to tell your nervous system, no, we are not doing this right now. Day 13 is about not checking their page. This is harder than it sounds. Your affirmation for today is, what they are doing is none of my business. My business is myself. The practical action for today is, you are not going to check their page. At all. Not their Instagram. Not their TikTok. Not their Snapchat. Not anything. If they are truly blocked, or you have removed them, it should be harder. But the impulse is going to come, and you are not going to act on it. The rumination interruption tool for today is, every time you get the urge to check, you are going to text someone. You are going to write something down. You are going to do anything except check their page. You are proving to yourself that you can have the urge and not act on it. Day 14 is about calling your power back. Today, you are going to remember that you have agency. You have choices. You have power. Your affirmation for today is, I am the director of my own life, not a supporting character in someone else's story. The practical action for today is, you are going to do something that makes you feel powerful. Something that makes you remember that you have agency. Maybe it is saying no to something. Maybe it is asking for something you need. Maybe it is making a decision. Maybe it is enforcing a boundary. Whatever it is, you are going to feel your own power. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when you are ruminating about something they said, you are going to respond. You are going to write the response you wish you had said. And then you are going to read it out loud. You are going to give yourself the last word. Day 15 is the midpoint check-in. You are halfway through. How are you feeling? Your affirmation for today is, I am doing the work. I am worth the work. The practical action for today is, you are going to assess your progress. Are you ruminating less? Are you checking their page less? Are you feeling anything different? You do not have to feel totally healed, but you should feel some shift. The rumination interruption tool for today is you are going to celebrate yourself. You are going to acknowledge that you are halfway there. You are going to recognize that this is hard, and you are doing it anyway. Day 16 is about learning the urge wave. This is a real technique. When you get the urge to ruminate, to check their page, to reach out, you are not going to try to get rid of it. You are going to ride it. Your affirmation for today is, urges are waves. They come and go. I do not have to act on them. The practical action for today is, the next time you get the urge, you are going to pay attention. You are going to notice when it starts. You are going to notice how strong it gets. And then you are going to notice how it starts to pass. An urge is not permanent. It will pass, usually in about 10 minutes. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when the urge comes, you are going to set a timer for 10 minutes. You are going to say, I can do anything for 10 minutes. And you are just going to sit with the urge. You are not going to fight it. You are not going to judge yourself. You are just going to ride the wave. Day 17 is about laughing at the illusion. Today, you are going to look at how ridiculous the narcissist was. Not in a mean way, but in a real way. Your affirmation for today is now laugh with me, because healing without laughter is just paperwork. The practical action for today is, you are going to think about something stupid they did. Something absurd. Something that, looking back, is actually kind of funny. And you are going to laugh. You are going to let yourself find humor in the chaos. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when you are taking them too seriously, when you are making their actions into something cosmic and meaningful, you are going to remember that they are just a person. A flawed, confused, dishonest person. And you are going to laugh. Day 18 is about rebuilding your body. Today, you are going to recommit to movement. Your affirmation for today is, my body remembers that it is strong. It remembers that it is safe. The practical action for today is, you are going to move your body in a way that feels good. Dance, lift weights, walk, stretch, whatever it is, and you are going to feel your own strength. The rumination interruption tool for today is, the moment you feel rumination starting, you are going to move. You are going to interrupt the thought with action. Day 19 is about rebuilding your room. Today, you are going to physically reclaim your space. Your affirmation for today is, my space is mine. My home is my sanctuary. The practical action for today is, you are going to do something to your room or your house that feels good. Paint a wall. Buy new sheets. Rearrange furniture. Remove things that remind you of them. You are taking back your territory. The rumination interruption tool for today is, whenever you feel rumination, you are going to look around your space and remind yourself, this is my place. I am safe here. Day 20 is about rebuilding your money focus. Today, you are going to think about your financial healing. Your affirmation for today is, my money is mine. My power is financial too. The practical action for today is, you are going to think about what you want to invest in for yourself. Maybe it is therapy. Maybe it is a hobby. Maybe it is saving for something that is yours. You are going to direct your energy toward your own financial well-being. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when you are ruminating about money they wasted or borrowed, you are going to redirect that energy. You are going to focus on how you can build wealth for yourself. Day 21 is about rebuilding your social life. Today, you are going to reach out to people. Your affirmation for today is, I am not alone. There are people who love me. The practical action for today is, you are going to call someone. You are going to send a message. You are going to make plans. You are going to rebuild your community. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when you are lonely and ruminating, you are going to reach out. You are going to talk to someone. Day 22 is about grieving the person you thought they were. Today, you are allowed to be sad. Your affirmation for today is, I can love the memory and leave the pattern. The practical action for today is, you are going to let yourself cry. You are going to feel the loss. The person you thought they were is gone. That is sad. That is real grief. The rumination interruption tool for today is, you are going to journal about it. You are going to write down what you are grieving, and then you are going to acknowledge that person was never real. Day 23 is about forgiving yourself. Today, you are going to stop blaming yourself for not knowing. Your affirmation for today is, I forgive myself for not knowing. I did the best I could with the information I had. The practical action for today is, you are going to write yourself a letter of forgiveness, a letter acknowledging that you made the best choices you could. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when you are blaming yourself, you are going to reread that letter. Day 24 is about not arguing with ghosts. Today, you are going to stop having imaginary conversations with them. Your affirmation for today is, I do not have to win an argument with someone who is not here. The practical action for today is, you are going to notice every time you are arguing with them in your head, and you are going to say, I do not have to do this. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when you catch yourself in the argument, you are going to say out loud, this conversation is over. I am not having it. Day 25 is about choosing silence as strategy. Today, you are going to understand that not explaining yourself is a form of power. Your affirmation for today is, my silence is strategic. My peace is mine. The practical action for today is, if they reach out, you are going to not respond. If you run into them, you are going to not explain anything. Your silence is your power. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when you are tempted to send that message, to explain yourself, to reach out, you are going to remember that your silence is more powerful than your words. Day 26 is about creating a future plan. Today you are going to think about what you want to build. Your affirmation for today is, my future is mine to build, and it is not going to include them. The practical action for today is, you are going to write down one thing you want for yourself. One goal, one dream, something that is just yours. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when you are ruminating about the past, you are going to redirect your attention to the future. You are going to ask yourself, what am I building? Day 27 is about practicing indifference. Today, you are going to imagine not caring. Your affirmation for today is, I do not care what they do. I do not care what they think. I do not care if they think about me. The practical action for today is, you are going to imagine seeing them, and you are going to imagine feeling nothing. Not anger, not sadness, not love, just indifference, like they are a stranger. Indifference is freedom. The rumination interruption tool for today. When you are ruminating, you are going to remember that the goal is indifference. You are going to practice not caring. Day 28 is about protecting your peace. Today, you are making a commitment to yourself. Your affirmation for today is, if your peace needs a password, they should not have it. The practical action for today is, you are going to set boundaries. Real boundaries. You are not going to allow anything that disrupts your peace. Not their presence. Not their messages. Not the possibility of running into them. The rumination interruption tool for today is, when you feel your peace being threatened, you are going to protect it. You are going to say no. Day 29 is about reviewing your progress. Look back. Your affirmation for today is, I have done the work. The work has done me good. The practical action for today is, you are going to look back at where you started. Look at how much you have ruminated today compared to day 1. Look at how much you have checked their page. Look at how you feel. Notice the changes. The rumination interruption tool for today is, you are going to acknowledge your wins, even small ones. You are going to see yourself. Day 30 is eviction day. Today, the narcissist is getting evicted from your mind. They have been living rent-free in your head for long enough. They have been eating all the snacks. They have been changing the thermostat without asking. They have been leaving dishes in the sink. They have been making a mess of your mental space. And today, they are leaving. Your affirmation for today is, you do not live here anymore. This is my house. I take it back. The practical action for today is, you are going to do something ceremonial. You can burn the letter. You can rip up the photos. You can take a cold shower and declare it a spiritual cleansing. You can write a letter and throw it away. You can stand in your space and say out loud, you are not welcome here anymore. You do not live in my head anymore. This is my house. This is my mind. I take it back. The rumination interruption tool for today is, every time you catch a thought about them, you are going to say, eviction notice served. Move along. And now, I want to tell you something. After 30 days, you are not going to be healed. You are not going to have forgotten them. You are not going to have stopped missing them, sometimes. But you are going to have a different relationship with the rumination. You are going to have interrupted the loop enough times that your nervous system is going to start believing that you are safe without them, that your body is yours, that your mind is yours, that you can think without them, that you can breathe without waiting for their approval, that you can exist without them validating your existence. And that is the whole point. Healing is not about erasing the past. It is about changing your relationship with it. It is about taking your mind back from the place where it has been held hostage. It is about remembering that you are the author of your story, not a character in theirs. So if you are sitting here right now, and you are still ruminating, if you are still checking their page, if you are still replaying conversations, I want you to hear this. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not unlovable. Your mind has just been trained around chaos. Your nervous system has just been conditioned. Your brain has just been trying to solve a puzzle that was designed to never have a solution. But you can untrain it. You can decondition it. You can learn to think straight again. And it is going to take time. It is going to take work. It is going to take commitment. It is going to take showing up for yourself on the days when you do not want to. It is going to take choosing yourself over and over and over again. But you can do it. I did it. And if I can do it, you can do it. The rumination is not your fault, but the healing is your responsibility. And I believe in you. This is 30 days. 30 days to interrupt the loop. 30 days to prove to your nervous system that you are safe. 30 days to take your mind back. Not forever. Not completely. Not without difficulty. But 30 days to start. And at the end of 30 days, when the narcissist is served an eviction notice and your mind is yours again, you are going to look back and you are going to be proud of yourself. You are going to see that you survived, that you healed, that you chose yourself, and that is going to be the beginning. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this work. Thank you for choosing yourself. And I will see you in the next 30 days. Stay strong. Stay honest. Stay yours.